My movie recollection with Vincent Cloud.
and John Nemitz.
And this is the movie review show that's like a game in a lot of ways. We get to know a movie by, we got to guess it. And then if we do guess the title and we haven't seen it, we have to give it a plot worthy of such a title.
Review it. I can't even remember it.
John, let's go from your movies.
All
'Cause I
right.
feel like being tested.
Hopefully you're not testy. Oh my God. All right. Three-word title starts with M as in mariachi,
Three-word title. Mrs. Doubtfire.
if only.
Uh, okay, so this is
Um,
a movie you don't really care for, from what I can tell.
it was a good movie, but it's very depressing.
Okay.
Um, Trying to think of clues that aren't too obvious. It's a it's a director that we covered a depressing movie for in the anniversary edition,
Uh,
Mr. Clint
oh.
Eastwood.
Oh, is that Million Dollar Baby?
Yeah.
Never seen it, man.
Oh
I,
man.
wow. Okay, so all I know is basically It's Always Sunny. They parodied it a little bit. So I'm guessing she gets like she wants to train and Clint is like, I don't train girls and shit like that, right?
Yeah.
And then she gets okay or she gets good, but then there's like a weird fucking tragedy in the ring that's has nothing to do with boxing. Does she hit her neck on a stool?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Basically, it's like a cheap shot from her opponent, like while she was like walking away. Like it wasn't, yeah, it wasn't part of the match. Like the round was the bell had rung or whatever. And yeah. Um, Yeah, that's it. So I went into the movie blind, and I'm like, oh, this is just gonna be like Rocky with a girl. This should be fun. It was not, even though it really started out that way. Um, but yeah, it's got Hilary Swank. She was quite good in it. Um, Clint and Morgan Freeman are like the old crusty gym trainers or whatever. Um, Morgan Freeman being a little more positive and um, jovial than Clint, if you can believe that. Um,
Oh my God. Could you imagine if the roles were reversed? Could you imagine Clint playing the positive one?
yeah, no, I can't. I literally can't. I can't. My brain cannot picture it. Your favorite, Jay Baruchel,
Oh
is in it,
God. Oh man.
playing like I don't know exactly like if he's supposed to be autistic or have some sort of cognitive disability or something,
A
but yeah.
boxer? You don't say.
Yeah, but like um it's more like he's there as just he wants to be part of the scene or whatever, but like he doesn't actually have the nerve or nobody will actually let him get in the ring or whatever, something like that.
So
Um
he's allowed to train at least.
Yeah, or at least hang out.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
and somewhat trained, but not like even actually sparring, if I remember
Is
correctly.
Jay's character the one who throws the stool underneath her falling neck? Because that would just be poetic.
Oh
He's like,
man.
I'll save you.
Here, use a stool to break your fall. Oh man. Yeah, and then Hilary Swank's family is just like super shitty. Like she's like successful and she like buys her mom a house and her mom is then like bitching at her like don't you know how this is going to affect my disability income or something like that. I don't remember if that was exactly it, but it was like you don't think before you do this shit, like just no gratitude and just calling her a fuck up basically. And um then like they when she's in the hospital for months or whatever, um her family comes to into town ostensibly to visit her, but they all come in like several days after they're in town wearing like Universal Park gear or whatever.
It's
Like, oh yeah, we went to the theme park first, and like clearly they had money because they had sold the house that she gave her and all this shit,
oh,
and they're like trying to get her to like sign this paper with her mouth, like the pen in her mouth to like somehow like relinquish more money to them or something. And
Jesus.
by that time she like refused, which felt a little good in the midst of everything feeling extremely shitty.
Uh, yeah, no, wow. That's way more depressing than I thought it would be. That's crazy. I knew I knew of a female boxer. I think we were giving her a ride or something. She was like in the neighborhood or something. And she was nice, but she was also not that bright, you know. Like, and my mom was like, "Well, she is a boxer." I'm like, "Oh, really? That's crazy." So, I don't know. Maybe because of what my mom said, I always assumed like boxers, man, that's rough.
Yeah, like um I mean, not to be a dick about it or anything, but I just feel like that seems like a last resort kind of thing. Like it's just like the physical toll and like mental toll it would take on you is just so obvious that it's just insane to me that anyone would get into it voluntarily.
Well, that's where the money is, though. Holy shit! Like
Oh yeah,
it's
compared to like
crazy.
UFC or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um. Well, yeah. I don't know if I'll watch this because Clint, he can make you sad. We've seen Mystic River. You know,
Yeah.
Jesus. Uh, uh, should we talk about another
All
movie?
right.
Maybe brush off this dire shit. All right, it's a two-word title. So the first word starts with an M, as in Massachusetts.
Oh, Mystic River. Misfit
No,
Pizza?
no,
Mars Attacks.
no. Let's see here. Scarlett Johansson.
Hmm.
Uh,
Hmm. Hmm.
Early 2000s.
Hmm. Man who wasn't there.
I don't remember this guy's name. I think his name is John Rice. It's not John Rice Davies, is it? Or it sounds like the guy who plays Gimli's that actor. It's like
Hmm.
really similar. He's like a British actor. Brian Cox. Um,
Hmm.
it's
Hmm.
it's directed by Woody Allen.
Oh, yeah, he's definitely a blind spot for me. Um, M, directed by Woody Allen. Man, Space, Hatton.
No,
Uh,
it's Match Point.
oh, I don't know that I've even heard of that.
Shit. All right. Well,
Well,
yeah.
ScarJo's a tennis player, and she, Woody Allen is like this crusty trainer. He's like, I don't train women. And she's in this tennis match, and a freak accident happens, and she hits her neck on a stool.
Oh no. No, it's John Rice. fuck, it's something like that. John Rhys Davies, let's
Reese,
call him
maybe?
Rhys Davies, whatever. But like a three word, I think. But anyways, he's like right away in the opening thing. He's like a match point in tennis is when it hits the net and it the ball is up in midair and it could fall on either side. You don't know. It could be the winning point. It could lose for the other person. And it's like it's just chance. So that's how his whole view in life because he shows up and he just happens to befriend this guy who's really cool and nice and rich. And he's like, "Hey, come and hang out with my family." And they're just fucking rich beyond belief, but they like him, and so they kind of like invite him to stuff. And then he's a tennis instructor, and I think he's helping that friend of his with his game. And I think Scarlett Johansson is his girlfriend, but right away there's like an attraction there. And boys will be and girls will get together. And Woody Allen's not in this movie. Like I think he wanted to stop acting or whatever. And he would have stood out from this because this is a serious drama. And
Oh,
yeah, this is the first movie he made when he was like, I'm done filming in New York. I'm going overseas. I'm going to be a British director or whatever. So this was his first movie, and holy shit, it's awesome. Like I'm a big fan of this. He won best screenplay for this, which was badass. Didn't show up to accept the award like he always does. I love that. Oh man, yeah, this is a good one. I liked it.
just made me think, wasn't there a sexy tennis movie that just came out this summer with
Rivals
Zendaya and Challengers?
or yeah, challengers. Yeah,
Not to
didn't
be
see it though.
confused with The Challenger.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Um, yeah, I didn't see that. Did you?
No, I didn't. Thought about it, but I didn't execute.
You didn't tennis I don't know anything about tennis really.
I just
Match.
use I use like ping pong terms and just assume they make sense in tennis.
We'll
Works
use a
pretty
ping
well.
pong term.
Um, I had the advantage in, but then um, after the deuce, had the
Oh,
advantage out, unfortunately.
isn't there like 30 love or something like that?
Yeah, I think the scoring is like love 15, 30, 40 instead of like 0, 1, 2, 3.
Oh,
Don't know
really?
why.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Uh okay, so you said Woody Allen's a blind spot. Is that by choice where you're like, ew, fucking perfect, you know?
Yeah, I mean, kind of like it was not a choice originally. Like I had seen a couple random things of his and liked him okay. But then yeah, after um heard how problematic he was, and I'm like, I'll just let those lie unless some other like if there was like a reason someone was like, actually you really should watch this, like I'm not like boycotting it or anything, but it's just not something I'm going out of my way to fill in.
I know I made sure everyone I knew watched Annie Hall back in the day, and I'm pretty sure I had you watch that.
Oh yeah.
Um, and yeah, this is one of his serious movies. And if he's just as effective the other way. He could be dramatic. He could be uh, like this is a very a sensual movie. Like I was like, oh damn, Woody. Like even though he's like old and shit, I was really impressed by this movie. And again, he won best script, and it's a good script. Dang. Yeah. If you were to dip your toes into Woody Allen, you probably enjoy this one. This and Midnight in Paris. You ever heard of that one?
I have heard of that one. I was trying to come up with the name of that one for M's, but I knew it wasn't two words.
All right. Well, I could. talk about Woody Allen all day, but I won't. Should we talk about another movie?
All right. Let's see what we get here. Oh, man. Um, three-word title. First word, the. Second word starts with a W. It's the
Uh, yeah,
it's the third and kind of a trilogy, not like same characters going through arcs in a trilogy, but just kind of like same director, and they're
The
like
World's
the
End.
yes, it
Yeah.
is. Very good.
Oh man, so we both seen it, right?
Yep.
Okay, so this is about Simon Pegg plays, or like it's a group of friends, like five friends, and it they wanted to do the drunken mile or whatever, where you hit all the
Yeah.
bars. Yeah, you ever tried that before, Joe?
No, not really. I've never even really done a pub crawl at all now that I think about it.
I think I did some of the pub crawl. Yeah, They're-
I me-
yeah,
remember zombie pub crawls were like a big thing for a few years for some reason.
yeah,
It's kind
that's
of weird
right.
now to think about that. I remember seeing something like um a group of people got into a fender bender on their way to a zombie pub crawl and they had to like convince everyone that they were okay.
Oh, that's great. But yeah, these guys, they're in high school and they're Simon Pegg's telling the story. It's like, man, it was like the greatest night ever. And I felt like it was never going to be better than this. And then it cuts to him in like rehab. He's like, and guess what? It never was or something. And you're like, oh shit. And it's all about him. He wants to do the mile again, or because they didn't finish it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, weren't they gonna finish it or something like that?
So he gathers all his old friends, Nick Frost included.
Of
And then
course.
who else was it? Martin Freeman.
Yeah.
And then the king from House of the Dragon, whoever that guy is. Was oh shit, who else?
Uh,
Ah, damn it. Oh, this sucks. I don't remember anymore. But they're all cool.
yeah, I mean that goes without saying.
Damn it. Oh no, there's that little guy. They kind of used him because he was rich or he had money out of the group, so they kind of like included him, I think, something like that. But yeah, it's really good that first half when they're trying to do the mile because you slowly realize like Simon Pegg has not moved on from that night like at all. Like he's got the same car, he's listening to the same music, he's wearing the same clothes, and they're like we're like grown-ups now. We have jobs and stuff like that. And all that stuff is really fun. And then it takes a turn. And what happens, John? Tell us.
Um, I barely remember this movie.
Yeah, John likes to drink with the characters. He makes it a
Yeah,
game.
exactly. I think that might be the problem. Yeah, I only saw this once, like right when it came out, and I know it's vaguely apocalyptic or whatever, but I do not remember the details at all.
They're all the townspeople are acting strange and stuff, and really it works perfectly as like a metaphor of like, oh, the town's weird, but you're not, or something. I don't know. But like the turning point is that they're robots. A lot of the people, the townspeople are robots. They've been replaced by like extraterrestrial forces, I think. So I don't know. I like that, and that was cool. But at the same time, I was like, no, they got, I was more interested in the drinking part because it was just
Yeah.
very funny. Like I thought it was well written and stuff. Uh, what's her name? Rosamund Pike. She's in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Uh,
The Gone Girl herself?
yeah. She she was cool. some cool action stuff, and like it's so funny to see Nick Frost do action, but he could do it. He's just like a
Yeah,
big bruiser of a guy. He's awesome. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's a good watch if you're what's the director? Um,
Edgar Wright.
yeah, Edgar Wright. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why I haven't watched this one again, to be honest. Like I've watched Shaun of the Dead 3 or 4 times and Hot Fuzz 2 or 3 times. Just never revisited this one for some reason.
Wow, you know what? I barely watch Hot Fuzz. I think I've watched that maybe twice, Shaun of the Dead a bunch, and I've watched this more over the years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely
There's
deserves a revisit, perhaps a reshoot.
when are we gonna do that? Maybe at the end of an episode if we have time, instead of yeah, a reshoot would make sense at the end. Uh, you know, when I saw this movie, I was like, oh, that's funny. I would be this character, and Simon Pegg would be wacky and wild. Now I feel I'm Simon Pegg. Just because
You're
I'm
the
like,
one like, oh, remember the time we did this?
even if I'm not that, all my other friends have like meaningful jobs and stuff. Well, not, no, I won't say that. I mean, I think what I do is meaningful. It's just not as respected because I certainly don't get paid a lot to do it. So, um, but yeah, with the man, yeah, that it really hit like a nerve, not a nerve, but a chord. That's nicer than hit it.
Yeah, it's like striking a nerve, but in a good way.
No, it's good. I would recommend it. Although it ends really weird. It's like basically all the power goes out. Like what is that? EMP?
Yeah.
What those things? Yeah. And just for the whole world, so like it's all thrown into chaos and stuff. But that allows Simon Pegg to keep living in the past in a way and not getting a serious job. So it was
Hmm.
almost kind of weird where I'm like, so did he learn a lesson or didn't he? Like even when he's yelling up at the aliens, they're like, oh, humans, you guys fucked it up. He's like, no, we didn't fuck it up. We like to get fucked up or something. At the time, I liked his speech, but then I'm like, so so there is no character arc for him. He doesn't have to change. He was right. I don't know. It's weird. I think that's kind of why the movie didn't land with as many people because the ending's just a little weird.
Hmm.
Um,
Could be.
another movie.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. All right, so this is a two-word title. First word starts with an S.
S. Super bad. That's one word, I think.
Super bad. Yeah, that's one word.
Saving Silverman. Already done
Already
it.
covered it. Yeah.
Um, Shawshank Redemption. Already covered it, and I think it's the.
Man, like I can't remember anyone. Yeah, I really can't. Oh, a new kid in the hall, isn't it? Kevin McDonald, I think. Is that the guy who talks like this?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in it. I think he's one of the teachers, but it's shit. Yeah. Oh, there's teachers.
A teacher in it. Starts an F. Former Kid in the Hall. Kevin McDonald.
I think this is
Um,
National Lampoons.
oh. Summer school, was that a thing?
No, it's not national. What? Really? Well, it's like a National Lampoons. It's very party centric
Okay.
and shit.
I don't know if I know this.
Yeah, it's called Senior Trip.
Oh, never seen it. What if there was a senior trip? Um, So, I mean, you already said it's just like a party movie. They but what's the hook? What is there beyond it just being a trip? I don't know. I'm just thinking of road trip now. Like, oh, maybe the guy cheats on his girlfriend and accidentally like videotapes it and accidentally sends her the tape and has to drive there before it shows up.
Wow. Well, this is like early 90s.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we had VHS back then.
But they were so
Oh, sorry.
bulky.
Everything I said but Betamax.
Yeah, man. Holy shit. It's they go on a senior trip. I don't know. All the kids are naughty and shit. They want to party and stuff. And I think they lock the teachers into their hotel room so they could run around Washington. I think that's where, or yeah, they're going to DC. It's okay. I don't know. I just remember like I wasn't a senior. I think if anything, I might have been in middle school. So that's the sort of stuff where I'm like, well, I can't do that. So, and this movie isn't that great.
This
Remember
is
that,
exactly what my senior year is going to be like. I'm just picturing Kevin McDonald trying to be a stern teacher now and then just
right?
getting bowled over by the students.
Yeah, yeah. I think like I remember. I think I liked the teachers more. The students, they weren't really well written. I don't know. It was just everyone was just chaotic. So like no one really stood out.
Was it, could you tell like the writers empathized with the adults more?
Wow. Yeah, they might maybe teachers wrote this script. Holy shit. All right. Yeah, I don't remember too much. There was one gag, it was weird. This guy has a boner and he's playing the piano with it. But just him like moving like this himself, that was kind of funny visually.
So,
So, all right, moving on. Let's
all right.
real quick though, John. Did we have a senior trip?
Not to my memory.
Yeah, I don't think we did.
Was there one that we weren't invited to?
We would have been the wackiest ones there, man.
I know, man. We would have been the ones playing musical instruments with our boners.
I'm more of a harpsichord guy, but you do you.
All right. Already did this one.
Oh, what is it?
Gremlins.
Oh shit.
Ooh, I don't think we've done this one. Two words. First word is the. Second word starts with F, as in fantastic.
The Firm?
No, but maybe that era. So totally a dad movie.
Yeah, Dad's no longer firm. Anyone in
Um,
it?
certainly. Joey Pants,
Okay.
Tommy Lee Jones.
Oh, oh, The Fugitive.
Yes.
Yeah, we made jokes about The Fugitive. We never actually covered it.
Well, good.
So, anyways, both saw it.
Yeah.
Um, Harrison Ford is Dr. Richard Kimball, and he's been accused of killing his wife, but he's like, it wasn't me, it was the one-armed man. And Tommy Lee
Yeah.
Jones is like, I don't care.
Yeah, that was pretty great. Like, you don't believe me? I don't care.
And then Harrison Ford's like, well, allow me just to throw this doll, this fucking mannequin over the waterfall. Uh,
Yeah.
Lots of cool ass stunts, right?
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, like sewer running around action.
Well, I was referencing the bus jump off the bus while the train hits it. That was pretty
Oh
cool.
yeah.
Um, you know what? One scene that always sticks in my mind when he's like injured and he's in the hospital and he's like he's like shaving and stuff. He's trying to like change his appearance and stuff.
Hmm.
There's a patient in there who's like asleep. But like he looks at their lunch and there's tacos and he eats some of the tacos, and that always like was in my head of like, yeah, even when you're on the run, tacos are probably the best thing to soothe you. I don't know.
I mean, it is Tuesday.
But yeah, I don't know. That's just how much I love tacos, I guess, because that stands out for sure.
One of the best taco scenes of dad cinema.
Is it? Yeah, it is a dad movie. I would say, yeah, I'd say that. Uh, other set pieces.
There's
Just a lot of shit.
the janitor from Scrubs plays a cop in it. And there's in the show Scrubs, there's an episode where they like reference that and they like imply that he was an actor who couldn't make it and then ended up going to work as a janitor in a hospital.
Oh, that's awesome because that's at the end. Like right at the
Yeah,
end when, yeah,
like on the subway or on the train or whatever.
exactly.
Yeah.
And I remember watching it and, well, I mean, afterwards, after Scrubs came out and stuff, where I'm like, oh my God, the janitor. Um, do you remember why the one-armed man killed his wife?
Yeah, it was some convoluted shit with like hiding, like, weren't they getting paid off from like the pharmaceutical company or something? And then um, they were hiding testing results that showed it was dangerous or not as effective as they said, or something along those lines.
Yep.
Like, I was actually very surprised by like how like white collar everything turned out to be.
All right. Yeah. Um, Julianne Moore's in it. She's like the nurse. Remember, he like saves this kid. He's like, "What's the matter with you?" And he's like, "I can't breathe." And he like writes us the
Oh yeah, that's
prescription.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool.
And she's like, who was that? Who was that masked man?
uh, what else? Oh, Tommy Lee Jones. He won the Best Supporting Actor Oscar for that role.
Oh, nice.
Pretty darn sweet. And I might be crazy, but I think this was the same year that Val Kilmer did not get nominated for Tombstone. I
Ooh.
might be wrong,
Oh man.
okay. So even if so, if Val got that nomination, would Tommy Lee still win? No.
Oh, that's tough. Like Val was so good in Tombstone. Like he just like stole the scene, I felt like.
Yeah, and that's what Tommy Lee does. Like
That's
he's
true.
the
Yeah, he's
yeah.
very good in this too. Man, that's tough. Ugh.
Um,
Um, I remember there being like great like 90s computer stuff, just like pulling up names on a computer terminal and all that stuff. All right, who are all the people who have had, arm prosthetics? All of them for the left arm, all of them in this region, and you're watching it like narrow down or whatever. Yeah, good stuff.
did you ever watch the quasi sequel U.S. Marshals?
Um, it's been on while I've been in the room, I'll say. My wife has actually watched that movie a few times and enjoys it, but um, like I don't want to watch anything you like, and then I turn my head away.
And she was like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
And then I saw her watching me watch it, and I was like, thought you didn't care.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's good. Listeners, viewers, watch it. It was also nominated for Best Picture. Some people were like, Harrison should have been nominated for actor. I was like, yeah, I liked him in this. Like, I like him in stuff, but I thought he did a good acting performance in this one because he was frantic, he was desperate, you know. Um, yeah, Chicago, right? Doesn't it take place in Chicago?
Could have been. I don't remember actually.
I just remember the Green River. Isn't that a Chicago thing for like
Oh
St.
yeah.
Patrick's Day?
Yep, yeah, it is. I'm trying to think of at the end where they're at the symposium and he like goes in and like the guy's speaking and he shows up in the back or whatever. Like I always wonder how that stuff would go down in real life. Like I just feel like you would never get the impact that you're trying to get. Like everyone would just be like, is this a joke? Like what is this a crazy guy? Like what's going on here?
I think of Futurama, Fry, like, good. I love Symposia. Yeah, I do remember that. He's calling out his fucking friend, right? It was like a
Yeah.
yeah, Jesus. Yeah, and that's crazy too, because like I don't know, every once in a while there'll be an actor where they do only one movie and you're like, oh, I liked you in that. And they could do other movies and you're like, okay, yeah. But you like him or think of that for that one role. And that is the dad in Ever After with the Cinderella movie. Yeah. He was only in the beginning, but I was like, oh, that's such a he was such a nice actor or
He's a
nice
good
father.
dad.
Yeah, good
The
dad.
father I always wanted to have.
Um, all right, new movie. Okay,
New movie.
two-word title. First word starts with an E as in extra.
Eagle Eye.
No. Is that a
Ever
movie?
After.
No.
Ella Enchanted.
No. Lawrence Fishburne.
Hmm. Um, hmm.
Uh, Sam Neill.
And Neil and Lawrence Fishburne.
Oh man, there's that awesome guy too. I never remember his name, but he's an awesome British actor. But he's in it.
All right. Oh man.
Um, uh, horror,
Horror.
horror, scary movie.
Exorcist time.
Uh, what's the director? W. Fuck, what's his name? W.
Wes.
It's like an Anderson. No, not Wes Anderson either. But like
I was thinking Wes Craven or something. Um, hmm.
he usually doesn't do good movies, but I like this one. I thought this was shit, man. I can't think of any other
Yeah, I feel like
clues.
I might not know it.
Event Horizon.
Oh, okay. I've heard that title at least. Um, so this is the first of your three where I'm like, oh, and I know that to be a movie that exists. Um, Event Horizon. All right. So this is a space horror.
Yes.
They're um researching a black hole and some crazy shit's coming out of the black hole and they have to fight it.
Ooh, okay. So it's a ship that uh can create its own black hole or something. It's got some machine in it where they're able to travel, and then it came like it disappeared for fucking years, I guess, and then it just came back, and there's like a distress signal or something. So Sam Neill and Lawrence Fishburne and this whole crew, well, it's a little crew, I guess. They travel to check it out, and it's like a haunted house, but it's a spaceship, you know,
Okay.
and it's people don't people have given this shit, and I just it's one of those times where I'm like, I disagree. I was truly frightened in this movie. Like there were some images that I'll never get out of my mind, and it's not just images either, just the ideas that they have is
I
pretty
mean, yeah, that
freaky.
sounds like a an awesome idea.
Yeah,
Although Um, uh, I don't know, like just being post Alien, like it's kind of hard to like pull off haunted house on a spaceship type things without being like really good.
Right.
Um, and I'm just trying to think. Like I feel like I watched something that sounds very similar. Maybe it was a book I read or something. But um, I mean, what could be scarier than just like going up to a ship that like there are no survivors on it, and then like, all right, well, let's go investigate it.
Yeah, and
Like,
there's like these fucked up transmissions or recordings and stuff, and it's like just people screaming in the background,
oh
and you're
God.
just like, what the fuck?
And there's like no quick escape. Like, you're stuck there.
Oh, okay. Well, but Alien though, Alien is it's a creature running around. It's not
Yeah,
haunted really.
that's
This
true.
is
Yeah, this is
actually,
like you're an alien, like you're on, familiar turf, but there's just this like horrifying, terrifying thing running around. Whereas this, you don't even know like the layout or like you're not even comfortable with the location. Yeah.
and well, the other thing though is that it starts fucking with them. Like everyone sees someone from their past, or like this woman, she sees her dead son, and like it's all these really upsetting things that they keep seeing and start to believe and stuff.
Space dementia.
Space dementia. Nice to match you. Nice to, yeah. Oh man. Okay, so I remember when I first saw the trailer for this, I was like, Lawrence Fishburne in a horror movie? Fuck yeah, that looks awesome. And he is. Like that's one of my favorite performances of his is in this movie. Um, and it's so good because like he immediately listen when he hears that transmission or whatever, or that recording when they're on the ship, and he presses stop, is like, we're leaving. He just knows that like this is a bad situation and stuff. Oh man. And there's like,
Like what they should have done in the Evil Dead when they played that recording. Like,
yeah.
we're leaving.
There is something that kind of kicks it up a notch for me. Uh, that not a lot of movies do, and that made me extra scared. Yeah. But I don't want to spoil it for you. But I was just like, oh man, like this really. I remember. I think I watched like half of it years ago, and we just didn't finish it for no reason. We just didn't finish it. And then I watched it again with someone else, and we watched the whole thing. I was like, that was freaky. Like we were both like freaked out about it. So I recommend it now that Halloween is, what is it? 3 months away? 2 months away?
Close enough.
Yeah. All right. New movie.
Yeah. All right. 3 words. Starts with the. Second word, H as in hot dog.
The Happening. We already did that.
3 words.
Oh, 3 words.
Yeah. 1970s.
Popular. Like, should I get this?
Maybe. Directed by Elaine May,
Oh, uh,
starring Charles Grodin. It has been remade.
oh, The Heartbreak Kid.
Yeah.
Oh man, I saw the remake. Did you watch that remake real quick?
No, I never watched the remake. I only
Uh,
watched the original.
uh, Ben Stiller could not save that movie. But
Oh man.
just so judging from that one, he's got a he's going on a vacation or something with his fiance, but she's like
Um,
horrible and yeah.
so it's his newlywed wife,
Oh,
and like she's not horrible, but like he perceives her as horrible. Like at the moment that like they get married, he's just like, I've made a huge mistake, and like all of a sudden, like everything she does is just like getting on his nerves and like yeah, just bugging him to no end. And then he's on his honeymoon, and she's taking too long getting ready to go out to the beach or whatever, so he just goes on his own, and Sybil Shepherd is there, and she kind of like mildly flirts with him, but then he just like becomes obsessed with her, and then um like ends up like coming up with all these excuses why he can't hang out with his wife, and he's just trying to like meet up with her, and like to the point where he's like having like dinner with like her and her dad, like their whole family, and like um it's just insane like self-destructive behavior, but like I really enjoyed it. It was like very funny. There's like some great scenes in it where just Charles Grodin is trying to ingratiate himself with her dad, and just saying all this like ridiculous bullshit, like it it's definitely worth a watch.
I like Charles Grodin. Like Beethoven, he was awesome. You know, um, oh, what's that one? Clifford. You ever watch that with
Oh,
Martin
I
Short?
love Clifford. Yeah.
I gotta rewatch that. But like to me, Charles Grodin has always been the king of just like can barely contain his anger, but he
Yeah,
has
like
to,
being put upon. Yeah.
Oh man, so yeah, that the Ben Stiller one just didn't work. The jokes just weren't landing. I think it was a Farley or a Fairley Brothers movie, and yeah, just nothing connected. So I barely remember it. I just didn't enjoy it. But the way you describe it is like, oh shit, that sounds like it should have worked for Ben Stiller because he put himself in uncomfortable situations all the
Yeah,
time.
like
Yeah.
if I had to pick someone to do a remake, like he seems like he could do it. You remember who the love interest was?
No, I don't. Nope. She was no Sybil Shepherd, although uh is she the King Kong actress?
Um, I don't think so.
I'm
She
trying to.
was in Taxi Driver. She was
Oh right,
the campaign manager woman or whatever.
yeah. And Travis brings her to fucking
Yeah.
porno theater.
Yeah.
Oh God. All right. Well, dang, that sounds cool. Did you say who directed this?
Elaine May.
Anything else?
Um, yeah, she only directed like four movies. And she was the one who directed Ishtar, and then never made a movie again after that.
Oh right,
Um,
we mentioned
yeah,
that,
we
right?
talked about that. I don't remember why. Oh, I think I was talking when we were talking about the Razzies on that other show.
Yeah, that's right. Oh my gosh. Um, I think that's it, right?
All
Anything else
right.
about the Heartbreak Kid?
Um,
Any other actors in there?
ooh, not that I can recall. Can't even remember who played his wife, but she was very funny in it too.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay, so I got to ask this. Since the Ben Stiller one was botched, do we like Charles Grodin or do we, like, does he walk a fine line between lovable
Yeah,
and
it's
hateable?
a fine line. Like you know everything he's doing. Like he's a horrible guy, and you don't feel sorry for him, but you can't hate him.
Okay. That works for me. Well, that's the end of the show. Like, subscribe, comment if you're on YouTube. Um, go to my movierecollection.com and tell your buddies, tell your friends, spread it around because we'd like it. Oh, I was physical.
write the website URL on a napkin and leave it at the table when you leave the next restaurant you're at. I'm John Nemitz.
Write it on your bathroom stall for a good time.